All right, here we go, y'all. New kind of video. This will be the quote of the day. And as much as I'd like to say I'd be doing a quote every day, that probably won't be happening. Maybe like the quote of whenever I get around to posting them, we'll do that. I just really enjoy quotes. I feel like there are a lot of people out there who are way smarter than I am, way more wise than I am. And I like to use them for motivation and inspiration and to drive. I feel like that's what their worth is in. Is obviously they're people we look up to saying them most of the time, and I just feel like they should be used. And so this one's from Mike Tyson. First quote of the day. One of my favorite quotes ever. Here we go. The quote is, and this is him. If you don't know who Mike Tyson is, first off, we got whole bigger fish to fry. He's the greatest boxer ever lived. He's one of the scariest dudes in history. He hits harder than anybody ever that we know of course. But Mike Tyson is just an absolute animal. He owned tigers. That says enough about him, And so he says, this is him. He's back in his locker room, and he comes out, and he says, when I come out, I'm supremely confident, but I'm scared to death. I'm afraid of everything. Totally afraid. I'm afraid of losing. I'm afraid of being humiliated. But I was totally confident. The closer I get to the ring, the more confidence I get. The closer, the more confidence I get. The closer, the more confidence I get. All through my training, I've been afraid of this man. I thought maybe this man might be capable of beating me. I've dreamed of him beating me. I always stayed afraid of him. The closer I get to the ring, the more confident I get. Once I step into the ring, I'm a god. No one can beat me. That quote is hard to put into words, really. And if you think about it, we all know what it's saying. Every one of us. He starts off by saying, I'm supremely confident. He says, I know the work I've put in. I know how hard I've tried at this. I know that every waking moment I've had my eyes set on beating this man. I know it. But I'm also scared to death. Totally afraid. I'm afraid of everything. Afraid of losing, afraid of being humiliated. So the beauty of fear, when you understand fear, is that we use it. It don't use us. Fear is like anything. It can only affect us if we let it affect us. And so if we take this to our own lives, whatever big dream, big goal you have, it could be losing 20 pounds. It could be gaining 20 pounds. I'm trying to gain weight. I'm crazy. I know it. It could be buying a car, buying a house, getting married, graduating with your master's degree, whatever it might be. That fear can either cripple to the point where you think, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. Why could I lose 20 pounds and look great? I don't deserve to buy a house. I don't deserve to have a new car. I messed up so many times in my life. I'm not good at that. I can't find a job that makes a lot of money. I can't make a lot of money. I can't meet people. No. That's just not who I am. I'm scared. I'm an introvert. I just can't do it. That's the crippling fear. The main problem is that you're letting the fear, and we all do it, every one of us. I'm not preaching to you. I'm talking through how this affects me and what this means to me. And so, as I was saying, we can't let that fear use us. I think with fear, there's always this feeling deep down in our hearts that we don't deserve success, and we don't deserve greatness, and we don't deserve joy, and we don't deserve happiness, that we're not good enough. That's always going to be in our hearts. But we have a Savior who's perfect. And we are all made by His design. He's taken you and He's given everything He has to making you exactly who He wants you to be. Everything. And He's perfect. He don't mess up. He's made you into the exact person He wants you to be. No flaws. Everything you see as a flaw is not a flaw. It was by design. We're that way for a reason, and it's beautiful. And if the God of God, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, when He was done with you, He looked at you and liked what He saw, well, guess what? You should like what you see too. So all in all, let's use fear to set a fire in our hearts, to run as hard as we can after our goals and our dreams and our desires.